Welcome to the Scale Builders Guild. And it's just me tonight. Josh is in Cancun, vacationing, which I presume he deserves. I don't know. But it's just going to be me tonight. Hope everyone's well. Why don't you check in, let me know where you're watching from, and we'll get to the main reason you're here, probably. Hope everybody is having a great week. It's definitely been a long one. Waiting for this is probably the most accurate way I can put it. It's been a pretty amazing couple of days. And actually, it's been really amazing for the hobby in general. We've had a lot of really cool stuff come out in 2021. And hey, Scale Ultra. Hi, Chris. Matt, I miss your face. But thank you for that. That's nice. Good to see you. And nice to chat with you earlier today, too. Yeah, it's been sort of one of those years, where the RC scale hobby in general has just really exploded, and it's pretty amazing to see. And if I'm looking down a lot, it's because I'm looking at the VS4-10 Phoenix right now. The skateboard pull was hilarious. Oh, thank you, Patina Guy. How are you? Minnesota, Ottawa, Alberta, California. No offense, but replying to my YouTube comment from Mexico is kind of a loser move, Josh. Enjoy your vacation. Yeah, I hope he is enjoying his vacation. I hope he can check in tonight. I don't know. I'm not too positive on that. I'm sure he's going to be pretty busy. Your wife and you will be getting yours tomorrow. Got the update from UPS. Right on. It's pretty amazing. I like how Vanquish handled this release, and I'm going to pop over to the other angle here. I've got the overhead going. I'm not sure how long this will last, so we'll try to get as much in as we can. Matt is looking ravishing. So this is the VS4-10 Phoenix. I've already changed the wheels and tires. This is the first time you guys are going to see this. I went for Wrangler MTRs, duh, and the KMC Roswell 1.9s. I thought it was like the perfect wheel and tire combo. There we go. It's crawling up my head. It's the perfect wheel and tire combo for this. It just looks so classic. Man. Kind of goes with the body. What was the question there? Hound stuff. You haven't seen the videos yet. Oh my goodness. You better go check it out right now. Somebody was asking how long I've had mine for. I've had this one for about, I want to say about 2 months, give or take. It probably hasn't been that long, but it's been a pretty long time. So yeah, it's definitely my most favorite truck right now, and probably will be that for a very long time. It's pretty spectacular. If you haven't watched the review video or Josh's introduction video, those are the two out there right now. Ty from Tekin, he's going to have his video up very shortly. He finished his just the other day. His is silver with a black top, and I thought that looked pretty sick. But I went with blue with a white top. I thought it was a bit more classic. What I liked about it, especially the on-point paint, the on-point blue, is an amazing color. It really, really looks great. It's not super dark navy like the Tamiya blue. This one has a lot more lightness in it, and I think it looks great. It's really, really good. Definitely a very classic look. Hey, Harleydesigns! I can't believe you get to do the first live video on this car. Well, it's a truck, first of all. Thanks for checking in, Josh. I know you're trying to enjoy a vacation, so I'll allow you to try and enjoy that. I know it is kind of weird that I get to do this by myself. You're not even here to enjoy this truck with me, but it's pretty rad. Why don't we get the body off? I'm going to show you, first of all, if you didn't watch the review video, this will blow your mind. It is a hinged body, and there's a pin right up front. I've made a couple of modifications beyond the wheels and tires. I'll get into that though. But that hinge, having that hinge on there is really, really handy. If you want to just get at your electronics super easy, you can. Up front, there is a body clip, and I'll see if you can see that. There it is right there. And this holds a post. Once you pull that, you go over to the other side, and on the other side here, there is a post right there. There it is. And you just pull this out like so. And then you can just lift the whole body off. Now, stand by, I've got my lights plugged into an auxiliary channel there. The light kit that I went with is the, what is this one? The Incision light set. 3S power. It has its own controller. You do power it through the balance port on your battery. And then you also have the option of plugging it into an auxiliary channel to turn them on and off. Headlights and taillights, they are very bright. Looks great. I'll plug those in later on and we can take a look at that. Some Woods Runner inspiration in the back half. Definitely, Ben. That cage is a really nice, kind of cool way of giving you the option of going like full honcho and just doing a caged back, which is cool. Yes, that is a Dean's plug. Some people still use Dean's Gray Matter Fab. I am not the only one. This came direct from Tekin with a Dean's plug on it, so I don't know what to tell you. I also got XT60s and IC3s and IC5s and everything, blah, blah, blah. It's just a personal preference. Most of my batteries are still Dean's. Anyway, yeah, I wonder if that's where the Dancing Rider battery tray style pin, is that really where the inspiration for that came from, Josh? Or was that just sort of like a fluke? Brian Harrison, thanks very much. I need the 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive selectable. Will the new VFD fit the Origin Pro Ultra? I believe it will. There's nothing substantially different. It's a little bit longer of a transfer case, like it takes up more space back here. So provided you're not running the Hertz dig, you might have room for it all, yeah. The skid, Josh can confirm whether or not the skid is exactly the same. I don't remember. So there's that. Did anyone else notice that Matt is a mod on Josh's channel, but Josh is not a mod on my channel? Yes, Perry. For all the right reasons. Wes, how are you? Good for checking in. Travis, I can reinstate your mod status. I will do that now. It is now done. Thank you for reminding me of that. I have never had a Dean's fail either. They get a bit, like sticky if you solder them too long, like if they get too hot. Yeah. Same basic size and bolt pattern, but the trans bolts down a little differently. Okay, so there you go. That's confirmation from Josh. Thank you very much. Will the Phoenix be available at Tower and Horizon? That's a Josh question. I cannot answer that one. It is available right now through Vanquish's website. RPP and A-Main all have it. So you can pick it up there if you want. Do you do anything with A-Main? No. They do all their own video work, as far as I know. But their guy, Matt, is a good guy. It's a T-plug. Hi, John Schultz. How's it going? Can I give you a shot of the motor? Not easily, because the motor sits extremely low on the chassis. What's the best way to do this? This is it here. This link, you can see there is a flat plastic piece right there. And just above that is the Rock 412 3100 kV motor that I'm running, which is a lot of motor for me. It's more than I usually would run. But Ty said that was the one to go with. So that's what I did. Oh, there you go. Josh said it will be on Tower. Likely later, or later, likely. T-plug, also known as Sparky. These are Tekin servos. I'm running the T440 for steering, which guess how much inches of torque that has. And then two T120s for the shifting duties. I'm also, for the purposes of right now, using this Tekin Power Cell high voltage battery. Yeah, you did good point there, Steve. Matt, hopefully they didn't tell Tower Hobbies on purpose so they wouldn't spoil it. I guarantee they would have. If they had known about it, it would have been spoiled, guaranteed. But pretty amazing that Vanquish was able to keep this under wraps for so long. I had mine for like 2 months or so, but it's been in development for a very long time. And I've been hearing bits and pieces about it and seeing bits and pieces from Josh and from Brandon over the last, I don't know, how long has it been? Year-ish? Maybe more? Not at all overkill, no. I love what Josh said something really mean here. What did he say? Matt finally manned up with the motor. Yeah, I was going to put a 1400 in, but I decided to go 3100. RX4 for the ESC, and then all this stuff through my Spectrum SR515. The motor does sit extremely low. I mean, it's as low as any VS410. So, I mean, if you watch the review video, that you know that 1.5 years. There you go. Thank you, Josh. It's the chassis, for all intents and purposes, the chassis rails, most of the braces between the chassis rails, even most of the sliders and the skid and the link setup, that's all the same. Suspension mounts, that's all the same. The big differences, of course, is the VFD Twin, which has the selectable overdrive, so you can, on the fly, change from 33% overdrive to the front wheels to a much more reasonable 6.5% overdrive. There's also sort of a neutral point in there that allows you to run this truck as just two-wheel drive only, and that's rear two-wheel drive only. So I've used all of it. Like 6.5% is perfect for trail running. Still enough that it will help you a bit on ascents and descents and everything. The 33% is killer, and just having that option just really makes it work so much better and really does push the level of performance of this truck way beyond anything else in its class. The neutral position, where you get rear-wheel drive only, I didn't really find that all that useful, especially off-road. It just bogs down. It doesn't really work. I mean, it works. It functions exactly as is intended. It's just not really my bag. So I think, like, if you were driving on, maybe pavement or a really nice hard pack surface, then it would probably be okay there. The other servo is for the dig function, which is pretty common amongst the VFD. At least you have the option with the Hertz dig on the Pro and the Origin and the Ultra. This just sort of includes all of it in one go. And like, every dig before it, it's a mechanical dig, and it just works really, really, really well. There's no like midpoint that it doesn't really catch. I mean, I've never really had any trouble with any of the other digs, but you can definitely sense that this is a much more mechanical, solid solution. And it works really, really well. Let's go, Brandon. Thanks very much. Axial puts out Giant SCX6 to break the internet until Vanquish entered the chat. Definitely, yeah. It's a pretty innovative truck, and it's not like. And I mean, I know that Traxxas has done stuff with shifting in the past. They've got the 2-speed and the unlocking and locking diffs, which I've never really been a big fan of. I just don't sense that unlocking the diffs is all that much of an important feature. It's fun, for sure, but it's not sort of key to an off-road trail or crawler kind of perspective. Whereas overdrive and selectable overdrive makes a ton of sense. You want to add a little bit of performance on the fly, go right ahead and shift into that other option. And because it's all mechanical hard points, it's not like there's a cable that's going to stretch over time. It's all like really, 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 really solid. Like, I mean, if anybody out there has got a VS410 or has any experience with the VS410 line, you know that these are exceptionally well-built trucks. And, your only real downfall is going to be the electronics that you choose. How does weight bias feel? Well, I haven't put it on the actual scale, but it definitely is more nose heavy. And you can see just by sort of me trying to sort of find a position to sort of balance it. I mean, we could set up the scale. I think the batteries are still functional, so we could definitely do that. This is loaded with a battery too, so that would be sort of a best case scenario. Maybe we'll see if that's handy. It probably isn't. Knowing me, it's like in a box somewhere far away from here. And I don't know that I'll have this scale out any sort of reasonable amount of time. I don't even really know where... Oh, wait, hang on. I found part of it. See if I can pull it without breaking things off. Oh man, it's a mess in here. Got rags and... Don't anybody look in this bin. Oh my god. What's it caught on here? It's caught on something. Stand by. Small factory, you want 133% overdrive. That's intense, I think. Westmade's looking for body ideas, so definitely hit up everybody for ideas there. There was a question on the actual review video asking me what would be a better purchase, this or the SCX6. And to be fair, those are both totally different trucks. There's still something really, really special about the SCX6. So if you can find a way to do both, I would recommend both, honestly. Two-wheel drive is terrible but dumb fun. I guess, yeah, I think in loose soil for drifting, that might be kind of a fun way to do it. Let's see here. Rear right. Which one's this? Rear left, I guess. Try to set this up properly. Phoenix, hello. Hey, this truck was named after you. Congratulations. No, it's probably named after someone's dog or something. It's named after Josh's dad. Phoenix Theedy. Oh, I guess we should zero this out first. Hello, computer. Okay. 0. All right. With the battery, make sure these are all centered because this one is definitely not centered. Try again. Looks like it's a little bit... Wow, right on the money, 50-50. 50-50 weight distribution with the battery installed. For left and right, obviously. Front 55, rear 45. So there you go. Cool! I'm glad we did that. Blind Guy RC, thanks very much. I'm missing a lot of chat. Hey man, dude, this is such a cool kit. I'm officially getting one after Christmas-ish. Super cool. Congrats on the logo on the sheet. Thanks. Logo on the sheet and on the box. I feel pretty happy about that. Why the Phoenix name for the truck? I like it. Just curious. Good question. That's not one question I actually asked the guys. So you'll have to ask Josh. Hopefully he'll answer. Johnny Branham. Yes, I have 3 servos in there. One for steering, one for overdrive selector, and one for dig. Sorry, just going through the chat here. Is there an option to run micro servos? There isn't. You would probably, I'd say for the lack of headaches, I would want to run a full-size servo. The T120s are low profile. They don't have to be. They can be full-size. But I would shy away from Micro Servos. Hoping the Phoenix portal designation means a straight axle is coming too. I mean, I don't know for sure. I would imagine that that's the case. They did the Pro and then the Ultra. So I imagine they would do something similar in this case too. I'd like to see a straight axle myself. I do prefer. Is there an option? Oh, we already did that question. Great shot of the pinch from the top. Yeah, it does actually pinch quite a bit. We'll put the scale away. So 55 front, 45 rear with a battery, which is about exactly what you would want. Boy, I'm glad I have this scale. I've only ever used it like 3 times. So that's good. Why won't you turn off? There we go. All right, handy to have that. Glad I do. Yeah, let's get a better look at the pinch. That's a good idea there, Ben. That's pretty centered in the screen. You can see how much of a pinch there actually is. And these nice molded inner fenders are a real bonus too, and the radiator assembly too. It all just kind of hides everything. You don't see anything from the outside of the truck. It's great. Really, really great. Oh, here's Josh's response. The Phoenix name comes from a long backstory from one of the VP founders that doesn't really apply to anything interesting. Just something we all agreed was a good name. Can you please call the next one the Larry? For me. Vanquish shocked the world with that Lloyd body on the Phoenix, though. I think, DK, that was just a blurry photo of this body. They were just playing around with it. Yes, Eric Baker, the truck is so rad. I've got just a VS410 Pro now, but I think I need one of these too. I mean, I've got a bunch of Pros. I've got I've got the Origin. I've got a prototype Origin still. Then I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got a Pro, and then I've got 2. I guess they're just chassis kits, but yeah, and then add this one on too. This definitely opened up Vanquish quality products to a whole new buyer. I agree, and the pricing is pretty good. $4.99 for the kit is not a bad price at all. For what you are getting, there's a significant amount of innovation here. Really great quality. We haven't even talked about the shocks yet. The shocks are amazing. I haven't had any leaking yet, which is great. They look good. They've got a bleeder cap, which is really nice to see as well. And they're just really smooth. Really, really smooth. I went with a 45 weight oil. I wanted to have a bit more rebound, but not as little as like a 30 weight oil would give. Yeah, it's just such a really great layout. Everything is really, really well thought out. The small front bumper is amazing. It's basically only, like, I'd say 3/4 of an inch wider than the whole chassis rail, which is great. Nice and tucked in there. Doesn't get in the way. Even with these larger wheels and tires, I'm not getting any rub, which is good. Yeah, CJ, you probably wouldn't need reefs servos for the shifting duties. I mean, any servo will probably do. I just went Tegan on the whole thing because I really wanted to. Guess I'm missing a few questions here. Sorry, guys, there's a bunch. The driver is my downfall with my Vanquish. Yes, hi, Tony. No more Lexan wheel wells. No, they are... the inner structure is all plastic, molded plastic, and it's the same plastic that's everywhere in this body, or in this chassis. So everything from the axles to the skid to the sliders to the bumpers, it's all the same compound, and it's all really, really robust. They really overbuilt the axles too, and we haven't really talked about the axles. One thing I was worried about when I was doing my review and when I was doing all the testing and putting the truck together, I was like, people are going to complain that they're plastic axles. Even if it's in a box, it's within reach. Every time, Josh, for sure. Did I paint the grill? No. Grill comes black plastic. That's just how it comes. I know that the painted one in Josh's video looks pretty darn good, though, with the logo on it. I thought that was pretty sick. Also, it's a very quiet truck. Properly assembled with a good quality motor in there. Doesn't make a lot of weird noises, which is really good to see. A little torn on the Lexan wheel well. Is that a joke, Alex? John Schultz, really surprised it wasn't a three-wheeler. Oh, you. C State Grad 99, thanks very much. Could the Origin 2 be in the works by the holidays with this new setup? Origin 2. I don't know that we'd see, I don't think we'll see another Origin. Like, are you talking about the body style? I don't know that we'll see that again. I think that was like a, let's do that once and then move on to other stuff. But anything's possible. Anything's possible. So, Darwin, so Vanquish releases a new truck when Josh is on vacation and Matt gets the first live vid and scale news update. LOL, Josh, who did you upset at the office? That's a good point. There's also a lot of really good stuff coming for the news. So be sure to stay tuned. I will actually try to do a good job. We'll see. There's no guarantees that I'll do a good job. In fact, there's a strong guarantee that I won't, on purpose. Jimmy Two Horses, thanks very much. Between Vanquish products and Axial, my wife and kids will be getting IOUs for Christmas. Yeah, I bought another one today too. I bought another one of these, and the drag car finally came in stock, so I ordered that as well. I got the new Losi drag car on the way. But yeah, I had to get another one of these because I've got a box upstairs. Well, I've got many boxes upstairs of stuff that hasn't been built. I'm saving them all for a rainy day. But yeah, I wanted to make sure I had another one of these right away before they get sold out, because I think they will. We're all judging you right now. Everyone's judging me constantly, Tony. Perry G, I may have missed it. Will the axles be available separately? Good question. Again, I don't work for Vanquish, so I can't tell you even if I did know. I presume that they would be available. I mean, on the off chance that somebody wanted to just build out one of these on their own, that's certainly a possibility. I can imagine that it would be something that they would do. Much like the VFD Twin, I'm sure that'll come as a separate option in the future. I think they probably want to push more kits than anything right away, so we'll probably see kits for a while. I'm curious of its weight as well. Well, I just put the scale away, for crying out loud. Make me get the scale out. Don't make me get the scale out again. No, we'll get a full weight measurement for you. I should have done that. I apologize. This will be loaded with a battery and all the servos and electronics, so it'll be a full, proper representation of the actual weight of the vehicle. Zeroed. It weighs in, I presume, grams, 3213, the way I've got it set up here. So, whatever that is, that's 3.2 kilograms. So, you can all do the conversion yourselves. Sorry I didn't get to that earlier. Let me catch up on the comments. I'm missing a bunch because obviously there's a lot of people on tonight. Thank you all for watching. Much appreciated. Weight without the battery. Oh. Well, why don't I just tell you that this battery weighs 60 grams. Fine, we'll measure it one more time, but then I'm not weighing anything again. Weight is like, it's something that I never really take into much consideration, if I'm honest. It's not one of the things that I find to be super important. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's probably more important if you're building like a pure comp rig. Wow, that weighs a lot less now. What? Can't be right. Clearly it is. 2293. This has to be in grams, right? 2.29 kilograms. Let's go with that. Maybe it wasn't zeroed. No, it wasn't. It wasn't zeroed. Hello, computer. Okay. Let's try that again. 2.963. That's a more accurate number. 2.963. All right. Scale is going away. Can you give us the weight without the battery and the body on, and then with the battery in and body on? Put the factory wheels on? No. No, we're not doing that at all. I know you can change the scale to ounces. I'm not going to, though. So 6.5 pounds. There you go. There you go. Perfectly. Can you disassemble and weigh each part individually? Yes. I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys for the next live stream where I weigh every part. Now the weight with the body. No, I'm not doing it. Looks like a 2200 battery can be on the right side. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say there's a ton of room. There's also this servo arm and that moves around a fair bit. So you might be able to stick a little shorty back there. But yeah, if you wanted to go there, I mean, heck, you could probably put one right up front if you really desperately wanted to. Make it work up here somewhere if you weren't doing a servo winch. Is this release bigger than the SCX6? Oh, that was a play on words, wasn't it? That's the left side. Okay, you could, okay, fine, right side. You could also put it back there too. There's nothing hiding under there to prevent you from that. This battery tray, though, is also the dig mount. So you'd have to do some trimming if you wanted to do that. Will the transmission fit a 540L motor? It's the same VFD transmission up front here. So like this section to this section is no different. So whatever motors you could fit before, those are the same ones that will fit now. Your other right, yes. So what is the build for this? I'm not sure I understand. What's the toe in on the rear? I don't know. You guys are asking me some hard questions. These are Josh questions. Everyone forgot the most important weight question. What does the scale weigh? Oh boy. You guys. Westmade said, this was earlier on here, I guess it's official, the Jeep Cherokee Chief will be on sale to fund my Phoenix. Josh said you better do a good job on the news. Hey, Kevin Nugent, how are you? Do the brass axle tubes have a good heft to them? I like brass-lined plastic housings, great combo. They did have some serious heft to them. I mean, it adds the weight down low and strength where you need it. What's the ideal scale size tire be? What will the ideal scale size tire be? Well, I mean, considering this truck doesn't exist in real life, you know, because it's not a real truck. I don't know. I'd say this is probably like a ninth-ish scale truck, give or take. So, with that in mind, mine's obviously way more crawler because I put a 475 tire on there. The stock tires, which are the VXTs, they're 4.65, right? So I've only gained, what, 10 millimeters or so, or a tenth of an inch or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. What's a Henway? Josh is in Mexico. Brent Hefner, thanks very much. Would the Hobby Wing Fusion fit? If it didn't fit before, it won't fit now. I know a lot of people were asking me if the Spectrum 2-in-1 fit, and I mean, they're basically the same. The Spectrum is a bit shorter, but it still has... Oh, I think we just lost overhead view, of course. Yep, battery's dead. So now I'll have to hold it up. There we go. It's the same thing. I'll just hold it like this. So I don't know that those Fusion motors fit quite right. I tried putting one in, but I had some clearance issues just in sort of the overall height of the motor itself. So I'm not sure if those are actually a true 540 or not. So that's something you'll have to kind of experiment with on your own. Yeah. Where's the motor? It's very low. Yeah, please give me some likes. Hit the like button. And if you don't like this video, hit the dislike button. It helps me either way. Doesn't matter. What else? Oh, the interior. It is a James Knight-esque interior. James did have some input on this. So same size driver that fit in the other trucks will fit in this one. I like using the Bruiser driver. I think he looks pretty rad in there. I painted it up with some turquoise seats. I painted those on the outside to give it the same kind of feel as the stripe that I did on the side there. And you can see that's all paint using on point paint, and put some sponsor logos on the back there too, just to kind of complete the look. And now I've got the Roswells on there. These are awesome looking wheels. I think it's like the perfect match for this truck. Wait, with only the back wheels removed. How many scale points? Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. I haven't taken the time to point it out, nor have I even taken the time to look to see if Sorca would allow this to work in Class 2, provided you did not use the dig. Like if you locked out that function and didn't use it, is there anything stopping this from being in Class 2 with that selectable overdrive? That's a great question, and that's something that I would like to get an answer on. Why don't we get that tripod out and then it can just sit right here? Let's do that. That worked out pretty well for the SCX6. So let's see if we can do the same thing here. Everyone take a drink. That's what the squeaky chair means. Gray Matter Fab, thank you very much. This has to be my favorite RC on the market. So many features at such a great price. Awesome build and color. Thank you very much. I'm pretty pleased. I'm pleased as punch, actually, with the color. Hey, there we go. That's perfect. Exceptional. Gunnar Nissen, thank you very much. Sorry I'm late. One-man show when it comes to jerky orders. Sale this week. Use Let's Go Brandon. Now get an SCX6 and a Phoenix, blaming you and Josh. Excellent. Blame me all you want. I will take full responsibility. It's a really sick truck. It really is. They did everything right on this one. Now all we need to do is have this spin. Like spin all the time. Like just rotate it around. I'll rotate it myself. Ah, that's perfect. Does Sorca allow TRX4 with selectable diffs? I presume that they do. I mean, it's not a performance disadvantage or advantage. It should be, Team Garage Hack, thank you very much. Should be C2 legal, don't say why it wouldn't be. Let's say that it will be for now, and I bet you it won't be. Pleased or chuffed? You know what, a little bit of both. I'm pretty chuffed and pleased. I like the fact, and I've shown this before, I showed it in the review video, but it comes with the red aluminum anodized oil filler cap on the diff. I think that just looks so cool, and I'm glad they did that. It's sort of like a carryover from their metal axles. Just don't use the dig. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. Hey Grimger, the drivetrain is a technical achievement in and of itself. I agree 100%. Yeah. And it drives really well too. Like if you watched the quiet part of the review video that I did, where it was just truck and not any music or anything, I thought it was pretty good. Like there were some obstacles that I was like, okay, that's where 33% overdrive really comes in handy. Will the VFT twin be sold separately? I imagine it will be at some point, Pauls. I don't know for sure. I'm not honestly privy to what the release schedule or what their release intentions will be. So it's something that we'll have to wait and see on. Lyle and Alyssa, no, I did not have any help in the design of the truck, but I got to see the design as it was happening. So that was pretty neat. I have already added one Vanquish or one Night Customs part. I talked about it in the video. There is an intercooler radiator now mounted in the truck. There is an actual mount point for it. So James took the time to build that into, or Brandon took the time to build that into the design, and then I just printed it out here at home. The light kit is not included. Don't confuse that. I bought the Incision LED light set. It'll take the Q series LEDs as well, if you've got a set of those. I don't know many people that do, but if you have a set, those will work. But I went ahead and added the LED light kit, and it functions on an additional channel here. I'm just going to get the battery in here and turn it on. It's a transmission cooler. Okay. Okay. Whatever. That's fine. Probably just I don't know my internal radiator styles. But thank you for that. Appreciate it. Let's get the light kit fired up here. And we'll have to get my radio. Also, always at it. I set it up on one of these channels here. Oh, I forgot to plug in the balance port. Oy! Come on, dummy. I was like, why aren't the lights working? I broke it already. Chibs, I am not a fan of the VXT tires, no. So I promptly swapped those out. It was the right thing to do. So, yeah, here we go. I'll put it up here again. And the light kit I set up to another channel here, so it just switches on like that. And the headlights are very bright. They're very, very bright. And then, of course, with the LED light kit, you also get tail lights as well. Perry G, thanks very much. Password for the Phoenix Facebook group. I don't know. I didn't even know there was one. I'm sure there is. I haven't been on Facebook all that much lately. Lyle, I recommend whatever servos you're comfortable with. I like a lot of steering. I like a lot of steering, and this truck definitely has a lot of steering. 49 degrees of steering throw. Let's get us straight on. Oof, it's like glowing eyes there. Lots of steering throw, which is pretty incredible. But I've got Tekin servos in here. I'm running the T440 and the T120s for the shifting duties. You could go with any, you could even go Amazon 25 kilogram servos for shifting duties, and I'm sure that would be more than enough. That would be an oil cooler, not an intercooler. Whatever, guys. I don't know. Where would you put the intercooler cooler? Big B, we've already kind of covered that. We're not sure if the Spectrum 2-in-1 would actually fit in this or not. I've had limited success. It's a pretty tight fit. 540s are definitely probably more suited to the truck, but you can get a lot of power in a 540 these days. So, yeah, this is an amazing truck, Dirt Burger. Thanks to Vanquish, definitely. I hate that Adam Tevin. I hate that you guys know of cool stuff that's coming up before I do. Small factory. Looking forward to part of my noob doing a leaf spring conversion and ruining it. Yes, definitely. Isn't Josh not a fan of portals, or was that you? I'm not a fan. I like portals if they're in the right truck or right scenario. But there aren't a lot of real-world applications for portals outside of some military stuff and some farm equipment. So I would much prefer to see a straight axle. I know why they did it. Portals are definitely sort of the thing these days, so it makes sense in that regard for sure. But yeah, I would definitely like to see a straight axle version ASAP. And I think, Tim, you also asked how I do paint so good on Lexan. I'm just a top-rated amateur. All of this stuff is basically just masks with the Cricut that I design up in Illustrator beforehand and then apply to the body and then do a couple of paint colors. It's not all that difficult, but you know, a little bit of practice goes a long way, I guess. So psyched I can finally afford a Vanquish. Yeah, that's one thing. Hi, Moosejaw. That's one thing we really do need to talk about is the fact that the price point is really, really good. It is a kit, so I mean, you know, you do have to supply your own electronics, but I mean, most of us in this hobby already have stuff that we can throw at it. Yeah, it is a great price for a Vanquish product. Beautiful paint scheme, love it. Thank you very much, Joe. Much appreciated coming from you. That means a lot. That dark blue, this on point dark blue is phenomenal. I don't know that Traxxas is offering this yet in their version of the on point paint, which US customers can get. But I hope they do, because it is stellar. It looks really, really good. Even the turquoise, it's an interesting color. I'm really happy with it. Primetime RC. So who wants to buy a Losi Baja Ray? Because I need this. It needs a turntable. Yeah, I honestly, maybe that's something I could invest in, is like a nice turntable. Although I like my on the bench stuff mostly. I just wish that camera didn't die. They'll pull an axial and release a straight axle kit for half the price of the truck. I don't know, Nick. I don't think that's not really how they do it. I like to think that they went with 80 mil shocks to offset the height of the portals. Yep, you're probably right on that. That's the best Lexan color I've seen in a long time. It's so different from the Tamiya Navy. Like the Tamiya Navy is almost black. This is way different. Axles from a VS410 Pro don't fit. Yeah, they do. Yeah, I'm sure they do. I don't see why they wouldn't. It's all the same geometry, right? The chassis itself hasn't changed. All the mount points are the same, so yeah, I would imagine they would mount up just fine. Yeah, any metallic in the paint? No, just straight flat color. No metallic. I did back it with silver at one point. I think I backed it with white first and then did a final backing with silver. That seems accurate. Gray and white, yeah, gray, blue, and white is an old D90. Yeah, I went with this scheme to sort of pay an homage to the vintage style trucks. So just put an old spinning Christmas tree base under there, yeah. I need Vanna White. I need Nicole. Where's Nicole? She could just spin it for me. Practicing Lexan paint, like Grimjur said, is an excellent way to do it. Because you can really muck it up if you kind of forget the order of things. Like I was like, okay, we have to do white last, and should turquoise come before light blue or after? Anyway, I think it all worked out pretty well. Jesse, I don't know when the straight axle version is coming out, if there even is one coming out. I think of Chibs. I would think a plastic straight axle would make it more cost effective than a plastic portal axle. Definitely, there's less plastic and there's less mechanical elements in there too. What's a cricket? Catmandu, a cricket, it's spelled C-R-I-C-U-T, and it's a vinyl cutter. So it's like a plotter, basically. It just cuts vinyl into shapes. And I use Adobe Illustrator to design up all of these things, and then I transfer them into that program. 500 for a roller. No thanks. Okay, well, it's not for everybody. Does the kit come with West Desert Wheeler? Yes. The kit comes with the masks to make the window frames black. No, those are stickers on the decal sheets, which I still have. Right here. And all my notes from the video. But you can see on this sheet here, that's where all your window decals come from. There's also some other assorted stickers on there. They include a license plate, but I don't know where I would put it. there's no license plate place. And then there's another sheet here with all of these cool stickers on here as well. Ty used these ones, and it's so funny. This Phoenix logo here, it looks exactly the same as the Wrangler font that they use on the Jeep Wrangler, and he put them right on the hood there, and it actually looked really, really cool. I didn't consider that, but maybe I'll do that on my next one. Back window. What was the question, Phoenix? I think I missed that one. Total weight with everything? More than 2.9. I bet you it's about 7 pounds total, give or take. License plate in the rear corner of the back window. Yeah, I guess you could do that, Ben. I hadn't considered that. Is that what most Californians do? It's a California license plate, so I assume that. Grimger, I wanted to call this one out here. Just the SBG. Chris Stewart said, just the SBG stickers are worth the $500. Yes, just myself tonight. Josh is on vacation. Grimger said, what most may not realize is the value of quality that you get with a Vanquish kit. And yeah, I agree 100%. It's a different level. And I think that needs to be shouted out again. It's a different level of quality than you see from a lot of other manufacturers. Vanquish is a small manufacturer. They're not making thousands upon thousands of kits. So they've got a much better hold on sort of the quality market, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. 35mm Kodak today versus VS410 Pro gone tomorrow. I was told, and I think this is pretty common, that those aren't going anywhere. I think Josh said that out loud, so as far as I know, those are sticking around for a little while. Are the internal trans gears metal like the Pro or plastic like the Ultra? They are all metal. Everything in this truck is metal, sintered gears. Those SBG stickers should be in use. Well, I have my own. I like the slightly smaller size that mine are. So I used my own on the window. Ooh, look at how bright that is. All right, let's unplug that. I think we've had enough light for now. And all the servos are just kind of chirping happily away. Boop, boop, beep. Fern, you like turtles? I love that kid. I like turtles. That kid, I'll tell you what. All right, let's get it back up there. Now that the lights are off. Oh, that's a good question. Hi, Ken Venturino. How did the build go compared to a Pro or Ultra? I have not built an Ultra, but I would say it's probably on par with that. The Pro was a pretty slick build. This is sort of somewhere in between. The body comes pre-cut, so there's no complication there. Yeah, it goes together brilliantly. The instructions are pretty easy to follow. Not a lot of steps that hung me up. There were a couple that I noted during the build, and I've forgotten about them since then because it's been a while. But yeah, there wasn't anything crazy. I think the only thing that I got hung up on was the positioning of the front shock towers. In the manual, it does say note the direction, because what they want to do is the way that I'll try to show this. It's going to be a little complicated, but what they want you to do, because of the hard inner fender structure, I'm not going to be super easy to show this, but if you look here, or actually if you look over here, yeah, if you look right there, well, there is a hole, and that's to access the bolt for the shock tower. And the reason they want you to have them turned the appropriate way is so you can get at that bolt and undo it in case you need to. However, I put them in the other way because my OCD wouldn't allow me to not have the holes match up with the holes in the inner fender on the top for the towers for the body posts if you were to use them. I know. But what I ended up doing was putting the bolt in from the other side so it threads one way, not the other. It's not a big deal. It's not a performance thing. It won't affect anything at all. It's 100% totally not a problem. So that was one of those things that I was like, why they do this? Oh, I get it. I mean, with Vanquish, I feel like you always get what you pay for. And I mean, it's a super solid kit and super robust and super well designed and super well made, and it just performs. So am I willing to pay a bit more for a kit? Absolutely. Like 100%. Not even an issue for me. That's why I bought another one. And I was like, yep. I can see myself doing more builds on this. In fact, I could see myself doing like some sort of class 3. I bet. Could even do that. You are funny still going with Deans. I know. I have Deans. I have IC3, IC5, XT60, XT90. I've got them all. And more than enough batteries to have all of those options. Can you have it next to a TRX4? Yeah, sure. I mean, there's a TRX4 right there. So, does this help you? It's a 12.3 inch wheelbase. That VS4 is, or that TRX4 is a 12.8 inch wheelbase. So, it's a shorter wheelbase, narrower nose body. Axles are about the same width. Did Josh finger paint his truck? Hi, Robert. How are you? Jeeps do sell. That's true. Gussie Banjos, do you think that the 2021 Bronco is a good scale build? And do you get a hat with the VS410? No. I bought this hat, and I made sure Josh didn't sign it. It's unsigned. Do I think the 2021 Bronco is a good scale build? The Bronco's a great looking truck. Yeah. It seemed to perform better than any other TRX4 that I remember. That's for sure. On another subject, will there be an SCX6 kit? Not that I know of. I'm not privy to all information that comes out of these places. If they do something like that, I'm usually last to know. Will he sign my Phoenix? Can we now see all sides comparison on this and the TRX4? I mean, yeah, sure. I'll hold up the TRX4 up against this. Hang on. TRX4 is definitely a lighter truck. There they are, right next to each other. What else do you want to see? How the back of it looks? See you later, Fern. Thanks for checking in. Beep, boop, beep. Oh, you think that was sarcasm? Well, I'm doing it anyway. Too late now. All right. Make sure to not knock it over. And there you go. I'd say that if you put them up right up side to side, the cab on the VS410 is a little bit taller, but certainly a lot less Lexan than the Bronco. You were kidding. Okay, cool. Is Trujillo in tonight? I don't think he's even here tonight. Oh, he is. Hello, Rich Trujillo. Is that a Mini? No, it's just, look, there. I guess, Rich, in comparison to the SCX6, everything is small now. Robert, I have no idea. You should check with Traxxas. It probably could be a warranty thing. You could maybe even check that out. The Phoenix is, yeah, like I said, it's got about an inch, maybe. You know what? I'll measure it for you. Yes, I rolled my eyes slightly. Remember that it's not about how tall it is. Actually, you know what? Now that I have them side by side, they're almost exactly the same height. Yep, there's no difference there. Even with this smaller overall tire diameter of the Bronco, it's about as high up as the VS410. I like it when Rich Trujillo checks in. It's a Rolling Rock, for whoever was asking. Can you weigh this Bronco too? Next, you guys are going to suggest I get out the Dremel. Never have I had my name mentioned so much since the Flex Seal truck. Right on, Phoenix. Will it 5K? I mean, what do the people who are 5K'ing use in the 1.9 class? The new VFD, would it hold up to 2.2? Yeah, I think so. Oh, Josh said they will sell it separate. I bet you that was privileged information that you just ruined. Seafart Fire Truck, yes. Welcome. How are you? Please try and fit the TRX4 transmission into the Phoenix now. How much does the Dremel weigh? Yeah, we should get Trujillo on again soon. In a Flying Cars remake starring you and Josh, which chassis do you think hobby shop clerk, me, would be better for Josh to break a jump record with? TRX4 or VS410? For the jump record, I'd say TRX4. Because it's going to have... It's so weird that it always focuses on the truck and not me. TRX4, because it's got the 2-speed. How much do I weigh? Let's weigh all kinds of stuff tonight. What's the mass of this VP hat? Do the tires rub when you compress the shocks? No. I mean, if you got it right up, tucked up in there, there would be a bit of rubbing, but that's, no, this is an aftermarket tire, so it is taller. How did I like all those KVs? It was a lot more KVs than I was anticipating. I will tell you that. In one of the blooper outtakes at the end of the video, which I haven't shown you yet, because that's in the running video that I haven't put out. It focuses on the truck because the camera knows it's the pretty one. Camera knows we want to see the truck and not you. Here, let's pull it up a bit closer. Oh, this studio is so small. Oh. That's too close. There we go. That'll do. 3100 kVs is a lot for me. When does it go on sale? It's already on sale. You can get it right now on A-Main, Vanquish's site. RPP has it. Go get it. Just move all the projects into the camera view. No. There's so many things on the floor. So many things. It's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. Is there anything I would change or upgrade? Out of the box? No. Not really. That's the other great thing about Vanquish, is that you don't need to do any upgrades on any of these trucks out of the box. They are pretty stout and pretty fantastic, ready to go. If you wanted to upgrade to metal axles, absolutely, go ahead. But no need right out of the box. I'd say this is as good as it comes for a kit. Yeah. Hey, my studio is the small corner of my apartment dining room table. Anyone in Canada have stock? No, I haven't seen any in Canada yet. They literally just arrived. As far as I know, they arrived today. That's a good question. How much would all of my RC stuff weigh? Well, you can start with the SCX6 at 25 pounds. Just realizing you match the shirt to the truck. Check out the big brain on Brad. What scale items do you plan to add for scale points? Well, I'll probably throw a bedroll or two in there. Or maybe just one big enough for two. I don't know. I haven't really thought about that yet. I wanted to build it out as stock. Oh, Craig. Hey, you're in Canada. Yeah, you just ordered the truck tonight and we'll see trucks next week. Perfect. Fantastic. Yeah, I wanted to build it stock first before I got into doing anything crazy in terms of modifications or scale points or anything like that. Like, I don't know. This, for me, isn't really necessarily going to be a truck that I scale out as much as some other trucks that I've probably built in the past. Like, I'm not going to put a hard body on this one. Maybe I'll put a hard body on the next one. Like, I really just kind of want to run it and just have fun with it, just as is, because I'm pretty happy with it. Scale Ultra, already put the, whatever this cooler is. Some people are saying it's an oil cooler or a transmission cooler. It's already in the front there. There is a mount point in the actual truck for that piece. I may end up putting the snorkel on. I may print out the cage. I might actually go to Shapeways for the cage. Printing cages at home is always a bit of a mess. Robert, I did use the Cricut for the decals, yeah. For sure needs side view mirrors. I could not agree more. I just have to find the sort of the cruiser-ish ones to match it. Could you weigh the mystery cooler? It is very light. It's very, very light. Buying stuff in Canada isn't funny. Canada Post can be surly sometimes. Yes, definitely. I'm new to Vanquish. Is the driver in the box? No, that is a Tamiya-sized bruiser driver from the Tamiya Bruiser. James Knight, who kind of designed the interior piece, he made it to fit that character precisely. So he sits in there absolutely perfectly. This is a kit, not an RTR. You will likely never see an RTR from Vanquish. How much will all the dust weigh? In this room, I bet you the dust is holding the house together. Put a Defender badge on it. Ah, that's great. I love it. Element Ecto side mirrors would be good, eh? Good to know. I might check that out, Joe. Thank you. $6.49 Canadian dollars. I mean, that still isn't too bad for Vanquish product. In the early days of computer cooling, they used transmission coolers like that? That's crazy. It's a blinker fluid reservoir. That's what it is, exactly. Yeah, cool. All the rear windows and the sunroof, they are tinted. I don't know if you can get a good look at that. Tinted window, not tinted window. Needs a Chevrolet badge. I was considering making up some new badges like that. Yeah. So that's the truck, guys. That's the new VS410 Phoenix. I'm pretty chuffed. All right. Not much for mail call. I mean, that counts. That's a pretty good mail call item. What else did I get this week? Furatech. Ooh, Furatech sent me. Where is it? Uh-oh. Here it is. Found it. Furatech sent me that new Tesla screen. How much does a copper pipe with the red valve weigh? They sent me this new, this miniature, tiny little LED screen that plugs into their series of ESCs, and it has like all kinds of like telemetry and all kinds of interesting information. So that would be pretty cool. I'm going to definitely check that out. They also sent me another Lizard ESC. I think there's something fancy going on with that too. So I'll report back on that stuff in a little bit. Oh, I also got a lot more painting done on the G-Made Buffalo truck. I don't know if you can see that, but there's like a subtle difference between the reds. It's actually maybe too subtle for the camera to pick it up. But it's sort of like a mountain range in the background. I was inspired by a designer that I saw on Instagram, and then I also did a topography design on the front there. That's all masking, and that was a super big giant pain in the ass to do. Those stripes in that circle, those will be white, and then I'll put a number plate on there. And I was actually thinking about blacking out the roof too, doing a whole like black roof kind of look on that. So give that a shot. But yeah, in terms of mail call, I think that's probably it. I didn't really get much else. I was kind of focused on getting the VS410 Phoenix set up and ready to go for this stream. So yeah, I've been running that the last few days and really enjoying it. I do keep these trucks pretty clean though. I did clean it off a whole bunch. Hey Tony, why should you had a question? Buffalo truck, won't you come out tonight? It's good. What are the moments of inertia on the box? Oh God, you guys. Fall Guy style. Yeah, that could have looked good too. Lizard Pro. It's the Lizard Pro. It is the Lizard Pro. Is that new? Did that come out already? Is that a thing? Where is it? Here we go. It's an unboxing. Or an unbagging, I guess. That must have taken you a long time to mask. Yeah, it took me frigging forever. I mean, I did design it up in Illustrator and then printed it out on the Cricut, but it took forever to weed out all this stuff. Oh my gosh. Not fun. Not an enjoyable process. Yep, it's a new Lizard. It's a Lizard Pro. Good luck on Scale News Update. Big shoes to fill. No, Josh has got tiny feet. Yep, new Lizard Pro. Such a tiny ESC. The Bluetooth module. I guess this does some new stuff. I have the white paper somewhere. I haven't looked at it yet. But that'll be fun to play with as well. I might actually... I think I'm considering swapping out the ESC because I'm still using the stock ESC on the Micro Shark. So I think I might put it in this one. I think that's probably a good place to add some new junk. Yeah, it's probably exactly where I'm going to put it. I might even put the Tesla screen in there somewhere too because there's plenty of room in that interior to put a screen. That'd be cool. Make sure you do the news in Crocs. I'm dreading doing the news because Josh does do a very good job on it. Although there have been a lot of really cool things, and there's still a couple of other things that I think are still to be released this week. I saw an Arma teaser today, so I'm kind of excited about that. I do like the Arma stuff, and their fast stuff is fun. So I'll probably cover that on the news as well. And wait, if there's no Scale Garage printed in the box, I'm not buying one. Well, I got bad news for you. It's just a box. How many BEC will you need for this? I'm not running a BEC at all. The RX4 has a plenty good BAEC in there. The new Arma Vendetta. Yes, I've only seen the teaser video. But I think my guess is that it's actually like a smaller scale than, say, the Felony or the Infraction. I mean, that is a great platform, don't get me wrong. But I think they want to kind of get a little more value-oriented with their speed cars and see if there's something that they can't do in sort of slightly smaller scale. So that's my guess. I think it'll be closer to, like, not 10th, because that's not a current scale that I would say exists on any vehicle. But I bet you it's more like an 8th scale vehicle, whereas like the I feel like the Felony and everything, they're sort of saying those are 7th. Phoenix, I also thought it looked like a drag car too. It was an interesting body. What you see of it anyway in that teaser. I'm really keen. It's coming out tomorrow, so we'll know more about it then. What are anti-foams, Lyle? I have no idea. I've never heard of an anti-foam. Who makes them? Not even seeing anything. Is that the Three Brothers anti-foam? I'll have to look that up. I know nothing about it. But I will definitely look into it. How well does the cab on the UMG 10 stay on with just the front mounts after you put the cargo bed on? It stays on just fine, Alex. I didn't have any trouble with it, actually. I don't know if it's even firmly attached right now, but I mean, it stays on there. It does lift a little bit, but you can obviously do something to that if you wanted, but I didn't have any trouble with it, just the way it is. I think it works just fine. I do like that rear bed. That thing is pretty darn cool. Exo Cage did a review. I will definitely check that out at some point. Oh, you missed the start of the show. Anything new released I should be aware of? Well, Ravensdale RC, it was, you know, it's not a big day or anything. But just, you know, just this guy. Can I show off my Night Runner? No, it's not in a state to be shown off right now. It's sort of been disassembled because I am painting the body on the outside. I can't wait any longer. I've been trying to wait for the new clear bodies, but I'm just going to paint the one I have on the outside. Give it a look that way. Otherwise, you know what, guys? I'm going to end this one early, only because I was super dizzy all day, of all things. Not feeling 100%, so I'm going to get a good night's sleep tonight, hopefully better tomorrow. But I really do appreciate you all hanging out with me tonight. This has been a blast. I'm so thrilled to have been able to show off the new Phoenix. If you guys have any further questions or anything, post them in the chat after this is over, and I'll get to them. There is still a kind of a build highlights video to come. I'll do a voiceover on all the steps that are new or unique to the Phoenix. That way you guys get a good idea of what to expect when you're going to be building your own, which is hopefully something you'll be doing. And then there'll be, I think I'll do the running video first. I'll probably have that come out Saturday. Then that build video probably next week. There is also, I've already shot the next video for the TRX4 mud truck. So that will be coming out soon too. I just have to edit it in between editing all day. Yeah, thanks everybody for watching. It's been an absolute blast. My thanks to Brian Harrison, Lesko Brandon, Blind Guy RC, C-State Grad 99, Jimmy Two Horses, Brent Hevner, Team Garage Hack, Brent Hevner again, Ken Venturino. Oh, Brent, I missed your first question. The battery, it'll go 5,000 milliamp, easy. Ken Venturino, Grave Matter Fab, Gunnar Nissen. Did I miss yours, Grey Matter Fab? Thank you very much. This has to be my favorite RC on the market. So many features at a great price. Awesome build and color. Thank you. Gunnar Nissen, and Perry G, and Scott Oblander. I missed your question as well. I'm sorry, man. You may have already asked this. Reverse rotation motor like the Ultra. You know, it's funny. I didn't have to. I don't think I changed the motor direction, but I presume that it has to be. It's just it's the same sort of system as the VFD in that one. So maybe I did reverse it and I just don't remember doing that. No, throttle's normal, but maybe that Tegan motor is set up specifically for this. I can't recall. You'll have to double check that on your own. Don't have a good night. Have a great night. I watched that movie the other day, actually. Not too bad. But thanks, everybody. I hope you had a great evening. If anything comes up, like I said, put it in the comments, and that's going to do it. I don't know if I'm going to do a live show on Friday night. I know Josh is out of town, but I got to figure out when I'm going to shoot the news. I should do these by myself more often. Oh, that's great. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Have a great evening. I will see you on the flippity flip. Good night. Love you. Bye.